turn our attention to the Eastern Cape now, where over 100 families have been affected and infrastructure has been washed away in heavy downpours there. For more on the situation, we're joined by Alfred Nzo District Municipal Manager Zamile Sikhundla. Zamile, good evening to you and thank you so much for your time tonight. Firstly, give us a sense of just how widespread the devastation has been for the Eastern Cape, particularly your municipality of Alfred Nzo.
Thanks, the district has been devastated in greater, especially all the local municipalities, which is Mzimvubu, parts of Machatiel, which is also severely hit, areas in Tabankulu, and the rains touched where the calamity struck in Mandela municipality, which is the East-While Mizana local municipality. There is ravaged a lot of areas in the district, to an extent that over 410 households have been damaged so far in terms of the assessments that have been made, with almost those are homes that were totally damaged. And also we have about 185 so far that are partially damaged, with schools, access roads, bridges, and the number of areas where people could have to access clinics, hospitals, and all those areas that we find ourselves not being able to crisscross our area in the district. And in those areas, some of the houses that have been hard hit suffered a lot in terms of their furniture, human life at times, and there's a lot of havoc. So the calamity struck the district quite heavily.
Talk us through the response plan by the municipality and perhaps just the top 3 things that you have prioritized right now as part of that response.
I think I could not get the question quite clear.
I was saying, please tell us about your response plan to the situation the municipality is facing and the top 3 things that you are prioritizing right now.
We had a session yesterday where we had areas that we touched, where the executive mayor and the team, led also by the mayor of Mizana municipality, where we provided the victims with blankets, mattresses for just temporary relief. And also what we did was that both the premier and the cabinet have already declared the disaster. We seek further intervention in a number of areas because the Department of Transport has made assessments in terms of the roads, and of which there are minor maintenance areas to create access. And also councillors are abuzz with officials and the whole JOG team that is making further assessments so that social development could be able to play their role in terms of food packets, food parcels, and provide urgent relief. So everyone is still out there making sure that there is adequate assessments. With the MEC for local government, or COPTA, they have also making inroads in terms of providing people with material that could be able to assist them with their houses to be brought back to normality. With women settlements as well, having provided about 200 temporary shelters, of which we are still putting strides to get more people as we do assessments in terms of providing such relief. So we are all abuzz trying to find ways and means to ensure that communities are brought to stability. Those that have lost lives, we have provided some burial. Mzimvubu municipality has made, or Winnie-Madikizela-Vindela has made provision to assist families, and one elderly person has already been assisted, has been buried with the assistance of government, and we are still making further assessments in terms of the impact that we could make so that to seven the severity of the disaster across the district. We will be definitely sure when we finalize in 3 days or so, when we understand the extent of the disaster in terms of us mobilizing further resources, of which, of course, the district cannot cope with its own resources. We need further interventions that we may source from either the private sector and the other stakeholders that are able to provide or extend their hands to ensure that communities do get their lives back to normality.
So if I understand you correctly, then, Mr. Sikhundla, you don't have a clear set-out response plan as yet, because you say you're still assessing the damage, and it sounds to me that you're dealing with a lot of what is unfolding on an ad hoc basis.
Yes, it's still ad hoc, because we do have in terms of our rescue and response plans, in terms of our preparedness. We do have a form of understanding as to whenever a disaster strikes, we have reserves of blankets, we have reserves of sponges, we have reserves of some food parcels. But we cannot do that at once. But the plan we are rolling out as we see the extent of the impact of the calamity. We respond through a number of initiatives, Department of Water and Sanitation providing tanks, where there is, and ourselves, where there is damage or no feasible access to water. So we are providing those things. There are plans that have been set up, but obviously they will be ad hoc at this point until we are able to establish the real facts as to what is it that we must respond on. But we are ready in terms of us giving people their lives back. But also we are overwhelmed as well, because some people are still destitute, and we are striving to, we have housed some in our areas where we have got community halls, but that is not adequate. We try find other means like churches so that we can have those people there. Social development running in with provisioning of food parcels, health running in terms of ensuring that there is no situation where in the event of this calamity, we find ourselves having people suffering from cholera and any other diseases that we may find because people are gathered in one place. We have moved here and also requested communities to house their neighbors. Those that have been affected and those that still have rooms to accommodate neighbors, we also pleaded with them to also assist in that space. And then we get in there to provide the resources that may enable them to be up on their feet.
All right, let's leave it there for tonight. That was Alfred Nzo District Municipality. That's the municipal manager there, Zamile Sikhundla.